Hello, Scott Rosano with Gigbuilder.com. This is episode number 106, and we're going to go in and set up your event types. For that, we'll go to Setup, we'll go to Gigbuilder Setup. From here, we'll go to Services Setup, and Event Types is the second one on the list. We'll click that to open. If you went through the wizard, it probably generated a few for you. If you're coming to this for more help, you've probably got more of your own. But basically, an event type is just what it is. It's like a wedding reception, a wedding ceremony, a party, a high school prom, a game show. And with that, we can make a number of settings that can make your life a lot easier. So we're going to go ahead and just open one. You can go ahead and just create new and create a blank one, and there's where we're at. And we'll just actually go back and open up. Let's open up the wedding reception. So our wedding reception opens up here. And of course, we've got a name. Your status, whether it's active or inactive. Inactive means it's not going to show up on drop downs anywhere. It might be something you're working on. The default package, you can have a default package with that. Packages are coming later, so we're going to leave that alone. Check availability, whether or not the client prospect can select this particular type, or if it's something that only can be done on the Gigbuilder side. So if client prospect may select is the default, means when they go check availability, they can go ahead and select this as one of their types of events. We can also do a date restriction. This is really nice to have. For example, if you're doing a event type for, say, the current year and then for the next year, and you're going to change your prices on the next year, you can date restrict it to that full year period. Also good, like, for example, in New Year's Eve, restrict it to New Year's Eve. For the most part, though, leave them blank. You can put down an event description. That description will show across other things in Gigbuilder. Make it however you want to make it. That's entirely up to you. Our Gigbuilder games, that's going to be an entire games video, so we're going to completely skip over this. The next section down, this is worksheets. So with your event type, what type of worksheets will automatically default to the client to fill out? You've got your primaries, and you've got your additional ones. And so we've got a bunch on here that have been set up from playing around. You're going to go ahead and select your own. Go to the video on worksheets. You got to build a worksheet first before you can do this. If you set up Gigbuilder with the wizard, you probably got a couple on there. Just come back to this a little later when we go over worksheets. Same thing with additional forms. So dropping all these in here, when you select that wedding reception, then all of this automatically comes into that event for Gigbuilder, saving you a lot of time. Now for music, you could add specific special music lists if you'd like to. These will then show up when they go to their music selection in Gigbuilder. Also additional documents, if there's things like an invoice receipt or whatever else, you just click on it and drop it over to the other side. Going back up the top here, Gigbuilder has a number of music request lists that can be customized for each event type. So for example, we have our must play songs. You can use the default, or you can change whatever you want as far as the number of songs. Do not use means it will not show up. So if I set this to 10, that means your must play songs, they can pick up to 10 and no more. Now, if I don't like the word must play, I can change it to something else. Same with our should play songs and do not play songs. These are pretty typical for most CRMs that you've been in. Gigbuilder also has a number of different ones. For example, ceremony, cocktail hour, and dinner. You can change the names and create them all as you want, and you will see these when we go through the video on your client login section. But basically, set up the lists that you would normally use for an event. If you're not going to be using them, just turn it off, and it'll be a lot easier for you and your client. Same with packages. What packages go with this? So again, if they pick wedding reception, you may have a gold wedding, silver wedding, whatever, add-ons, discounts. All of those you will add and put onto here so that when you go into that event, all that data will be there for you to select, so you don't have to worry about reselecting things over and over again. You can also collect your own image and put your own image. That should say the image for our event type here, but we'll go ahead and fix that. And then additional client login links. So if you've got certain links that you want to be able to provide for your client, you could do that here. And then you could override the text responder and email responder if they pick wedding reception, for example, this particular event type. And that way you can customize it even more. Most people will leave this alone, leaving the system default. You do the same as well. And when we're done, we'll go ahead and hit save. You've now created or edited your first event type, and we're on now to the next video.